Good morning to my fellow snow runners. How are we this morning? Beautiful Sunday morning. Or Saturday night, depending what part of the world you're from. Anyway, we're doing a bit of snow running this morning. 102nd stream. We just dropped off some stuff at that sawmill. I noticed these bricks waiting to be picked up. This truck's pretty good, apart from the fact that it's very quite low and it's got a long front overhang. But we're going to attempt to use it to pick up these bricks. It's 10-wheel drive, so it's got an option to be able to raise it up a little bit, which would help a bit with active suspension, but you have to unlock that, and I haven't got access to that yet. You have to get 3 lots of bricks. There's the second one there. It's not going to be too hard to get to, but I want to get to the hardest one, which is the next one down the creek over there. So yeah, it's going to be fun, but we should be able to do this. I'm hoping that I can stay on the bridge here. Get that. Let's try. Be really careful. See if this anchor holds us on the bridge. It does. Like we can. There we go. Reverse. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. Just going to reverse it up there, reverse up around, and go back the other way, get the other one. And I might use there's a bit of a cheat one you can use. Carry 3. Yeah. See if I'll possibly see if I can do that. Easy peasy. A bit. Turning circle's not too bad for such a long truck because it does got four-wheel steering. Again, its main problem is that front overhang. So to make sure we don't get stuck on any big rocks. Looks like it should be okay. So straight in here. Chuck the handbrake on, put the anchors down. Swing it around. Swing it around. Now we have to unpack and pack. Store the crane. Chuck it in reverse. Turn that handbrake off. Now I'm going to see if I can use the cheat where you can kind of use the crane to hold down the third one on top. It's not a very far distance, and we might be able to get away with getting it to the destination without having to come back and get it a second time. Not roll it. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can use the cheat. Well, I suppose it's not a cheat if it can be done. It's probably not legal, and workplace safety would not like this. So what you then do is add it like that, and basically just leave it like that. Just don't restore anything. Chuck her in slow, so we're going to do this slowly. So do you have to come back? It's only supposed to take 3. Okay, you can take two. So only supposed to take two, sorry. But as you can see, you can kind of improvise and take three. There's always a way. Just saves having to come back again. I'm too lazy. So to be slow, because mind if it falls off, you literally brought it closer back, so it's not too bad. We're clamping the clone down on top. Seems to hold it there. See, it's staying there. Works, see? We've got it. No problems. Actually easier than I thought it was going to be. There's a little bit of a play around you have to do here to about drop them off, because it will only recognise two. So what you have to do is drop that, store crane, pack cargo, and hey presto. So we might go and rescue that truck, which I think we can do with our big one. To get to it, I believe you have to come down here, make your way along here. So that's what we'll do, but I think we can use up this other truck. We might steal a bit of fuel from the other truck there. We're going to make our way to the petrol station. I'll probably just recover that other truck. Good evening, Phil. How are you? You just missed me doing the threer. Go back about 5 minutes, you'll see what I did. I brought 3 bricks back. I used that truck to pick up those 3 lots of bricks in one go, but the truck can only carry 2. So yeah, if you go back a tiny bit, you'll see how I did it. Basically, you pack the cargo for 2. You then pick the third one up, put it on top, and then you put top of the crane down on top that holds it down. And hey presto, you can have 3 lots of cargo. So I didn't have to go back and get the third one. Now I'm going to go and recover a truck down the creek, if we don't get bogged. That's why you need the crane. The winch, should I say, not crane. The winch can save you. Probably not going to do the goat runner because I'm actually had a really bad night's sleep last night. Really bad. It was a really bad night, and I've had quite a big loss of energy. I just feel completely drained. That's one thing I'm noticing. Even if you have a night's sleep, my energy levels after having COVID just aren't coming back. I'm just having to make it a bit easy, so I'm not sure if I'll do that stream with my son today. I don't have the energy levels to do it. Come on, we can do it. We can make it up. Yes, easy. Also have to clean the bloody house up for the bloody owner wants to come and have a look at the house on Wednesday. They tried to last week and I had COVID, so that wasn't going to happen. And they only gave me two days notice. At least they've kind of given me 4 days notice now. I suggested them sometime during the week. Not just getting older, getting COVID. Since having COVID, my energy levels have got much worse than where they were. They weren't great, but it's definitely had a massive hit since I've had this COVID. I'm not normally this tired. This lack of energy is just really, really bad. COVID has that effect. Friend Heath got it and he had the similar. So I need to get to that. So I need to get down to the bottom there. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to come up this way. Make our way around here. Make our way along here because I don't think you can get down easily down here. Or down here to get to it. So I think the best thing to do is come along here. Make your way along the riverfront here, get to this thing, and then you have to drag it over to here. That's my plan anyway. Sort of, what isn't, it's kind of like a new normal now. There are longer lasting effects from getting COVID than people realise. We're still really to learn all the side effects from having COVID. You know, there's so much more than what we don't know. The only time we'll actually tell. And these owners that want to come and have a look at the house are actually from England. They live in England, but they own my house that I live in. Just glad they're not wanting to sell, but they are wanting to put the rent up by $50 a week, which is a bit of a hit. Quite a big hit actually, to be honest. But you have to kind of, most likely going to have to accept it because the rental market in Brisbane alone, availability in the whole of Brisbane, Australia is in a massive rental crisis at the moment. They say it's actually the worst rental crisis in the world. Brisbane is down to 0.0 not just 1%, down to 0.5 availability of rental houses. Each rental house is having over 100 to 150 applications. Most of the rental places just, they close off applications after 100. I know it's similar there, but they're saying Australia is the worst in the world at the moment. And Queensland, Brisbane and Gold Coast is the worst in Australia. They're literally getting us to hundreds of applications per house. And they have to cut off the applications. And it's a lot of hard work for the agents because they have to then go through all those applications. It used to be that would get maybe 10, maybe maximum 10 applicants for houses. They said if they did, they actually say, if they didn't close off the applications at 100, they'd probably be getting 1,000. Oh, the prices rental prices have been skyrocketing as well here too, but that's the availability, that's the biggest problem. There are so many families living on the streets in their cars because they couldn't renew they were either evicted or they couldn't renew their leases in their houses. They couldn't afford the rent increase. And they couldn't find a new place to live, so they're living in their cars or having to live in the back street of backyards of friends, having to live with friends and stuff like that. Because the rental market just become an absolute dangerous joke. It's getting to the point now that the rental authorities are thinking about bringing in a rule, which I think they should have done years ago anyway, is that even if you're evicted from a house, that legally they can't they can't move you out to the house as long as you prove that you're putting in applications. So it's actually up to the agent to help you. This is where it gives an incentive for the agents that have evicted you from the house to help you get approved in a new house, because they're saying that they're thinking about changing the rule that you don't have to move out of the house until you've got a new application approved somewhere else. So in your best interest, the agents have to help you get a new place. I suppose that may be depending on the eviction reason. If you've evicted because you haven't paid or you've wrecked the house, then I think technically that won't be considered. But I do think, and they are looking into it, that some kind of protection needs to be brought in. For those who just, well, I have had to move a couple of times, and believe me, moving is a nightmare. And the only reasons why I've had to move is because the owners have decided that they're going to sell the place. And new owners don't want to rent it anymore. Or in one case, one of the houses, they decided that they were going to rent, they weren't going to renew the lease because they wanted to rent out the house that I was in to a friend. Okay, let's get to daytime. So we had to move out because they wanted to rent the house to a friend. It was a bit underhanded, but it is what it is. But yeah, rental sucks, but I'm not in, and I probably will never be in the predicament to be able to buy a house. Got too many black marks against my name. Yeah, let's push that tree out the way. So this shouldn't be too hard. Not with this truck. I think when I did this the first time, I didn't have this truck, so this was actually a bit harder. But now I've got this truck that's basically what doesn't. I don't give a damn about the thing behind me. Wade for the water. But I think the first time I tried, the biggest problem with the Titan is it does not like deep water at all. I don't think the water here is very deep anyway. It's not nearly as deep as I think I remember it to be. But the Titan hates. I don't think anyone would like moving. Packing up all your stuff, moving it all, and packing it. And I've got all the shit underneath the house that I truthfully need to get rid of, that I would have to deal with. And then, yes, ideally, this is it's a 3-bedroom house with another room downstairs, but not livable. It's not legally able to be lived in, as a room. And a 2-car garage is just full of shit. This place is way too big for me. Someone said to me, "Well, why don't you sublease it out with someone else?" And I said, "I'm not going to let a stranger into my house. I can't do that. If it was a friend that I knew, maybe. But then, even then, I'd want to say, look, I don't want you having a whole lot of friends around all the time. That's the problem that you have. So I don't like that idea. Ideally, I would like to move to a 2-bedroom townhouse. Really 3-bedroom, 1 for an office. Though my sitting room's basically my office anyway. So all you really need is 2 other rooms, 1 bedroom for me, 1 bedroom for MJ. But just a townhouse or something like that, but just won't be able to get in somewhere. I'm now, and that's the other thing, even if I was looking now, I'm self-employed, and when you're self-employed, all the agents want a minimum of 2 years experience running a business, and you have to prove all this proof, you have to show all this proof of how much profits you're making, blah blah blah. It's ridiculous how much information that they want. I think some of the information they're now requesting nowadays on rental applications are starting to be legally not allowed anymore, because recently we've had really some got a little bit stuck here, but it's okay. We've had some issues of late in Australia of major people's accounts being hacked by hackers. I don't know if you've heard about that from overseas. Like, for instance, Optus, a mobile phone provider, which is service provider, which is actually who I use, they got hacked. And the guy got everyone's driver's license details, bloody. They can get hold of their credit card details, luckily. Why these companies need to keep, they should have to discard this information. As long as they prove who you are, they should not be allowed to keep that information on record. And as such, we've had a lot of problems with hackers, because when you're doing rental, they want rent receipts from your previous tenants, previous rentals. They want, some of them want your bank details of this and all this other shit that I think it's overboard. And they're starting to put a change into all that information that they're allowed to ask for because of this whole hacking stuff now. And that the agents aren't allowed to keep your information on record. I personally, and it shouldn't be done online. You should be able to take that information to them. You show them. There you go. Here's all the proof. But they don't get once they've seen your proof of ID and all those other things. That's it. They don't keep a copy, because in this world where everything's going online, hackers hack in. They can steal your identity. So they're now looking into ways to stop that. And I think one way is that they don't need to keep all that information. So you take, for instance, rental place, you take that information, you show them to their rental shop, rental store, whatever they bloody call the things. You show them the information, they see it, then they get rid of it. Well, they don't get rid of it, they just don't get to keep it. It's a privacy thing nowadays. Got another one? Where's this one? Oh, not that button. Oh, I think I know. Come down here. That one, yeah, that's right. Okay, let's go and get that. Another retrieval. There's a bloody log there, you can't really see it, but I'm sure there's a log just there. Oh, there isn't, that's okay. Biggest thing I can't stand with moving is that I just don't have the energy or the back. I've got a sore back and sore left knee. That I wouldn't even want to do all the lifting and stuff. And I've moved myself a lot of times, but I just couldn't do it now. Don't have the friend base to help me anyway. My dad helped me in the past, but he's way too old and to do it now. So yeah, I think I'd have to pay for some labour for people to come and do that lifting. An update regarding that lady. Well, you know, she said she wanted to stay friends and keep in touch, keep talking that. But after she said that, she ghosted me. I'll tell you, women, if they tell you that they're going to do something, they basically always do the complete bloody opposite. And it's only getting worse in this world. Now, especially I'm glad I'm not in the younger generation, because now the whole trendy thing is to be, I'm gender neutral. Oh, I hate that. I'm gender neutral. And as this old guy said, and I agree with this old guy, I'm sorry, you're either born with a or not. If you're born with that, you're a male. And if you haven't got that, you're a female. I'm sorry, I don't agree with the whole, oh, I'm gender neutral. I'm sorry, you're a girl. You got a vagina, you're a girl. I said the V word, naughty me. Gender neutrals will not like me saying that. But I'm sorry, no. You're either a girl or a boy. Half the time I think most of these people unfortunately are being influenced just because it's like being a trend to suddenly be, oh, I'm going to call myself gender neutral now. The new movement of being cool is to be different, to be just to try and change everything in this world. And so there's males and females, and that's all there is. And you also have males that like males and females that like females, but you're still male, you're still female, there's nothing else. Full stop. Yeah, I know, I agree. And you might say, they can call themselves whatever they want, but I'm still going to be looking at them and going, you're female, you're male. End of story. I don't give a damn what... They cannot change how I will perceive someone. If I perceive them as a male or female, that's what they are. If I perceive them as a, you know, a loser, they're a loser. If I perceive them as a really bad, dirty driver, then they're a really bad, dirty driver. They don't see themselves as that, but we can perceive them as that. I've already unlocked that, so I don't need to see that. But this whole world, I just think it's getting too crazy. Veganism, you know, I had a while ago, I was sitting down having a nice, really nice 30 grams, or 300 gram rump steak for dinner, and this vegan lady decided to come in and having a go at everybody for eating dead animals and blah blah blah, and having a go at us, and just kept going. And I stood up and said, excuse me, do I come into your house and tell you what you can and can't eat? No. So show everyone in this restaurant some respect. We can eat what the hell we want. If you choose to be a veganism and not want to eat bloody meat, good for you. But you know what? Humanity has been eating meat for thousands and thousands of years, and that's not going to change ever. So leave us alone. Let us enjoy our meals so we don't have to put up with your bullshit. I then sat back down. She just stood there quiet. Everyone just stood there clapping their hands, going, congratulations. Basically, I said what everyone else was thinking. You know, we just want to sit down and have our meal. We don't need to have some bloody woman who thinks. And I'm sorry, veganism's going to go to the zoos now and tell the lions to stop eating meat. Excuse me, Mr. Lion, you have to stop eating meat. You have to eat vegetables or plant-made matter only. There's no difference between a human eating meat to a lion eating meat to anything. And when you look at it, look, if you really want to go it, are vegans anti-environment? Is veganism anti-environmentalists? Because veganism means they need to eat plants. Isn't plants supposed to help us with our oxygen and be part of the world? Are we? So veganism wants us to kill plants that is vital to producing air that we live on. Is veganism taking food sources away from other animals that do eat that type of food? You could really argue with veganism in many different ways. Okay, so down there's where the truck is. There's a little fuel trailer here, so we're going to top up on some fuel. Being invisible is the best life. And I don't normally get vocal. I'm a very quiet person who hates confrontation. But yesterday I went to shops and this Asian lady in front of me, two cars in front of me now, they said a set of traffic lights. They're in Australia, well, especially here in Queensland. You cannot do a U-turn at a set of traffic lights unless there's a sign saying U-turn permitted. So if there's no sign there, you are not allowed to do a U-turn. So I'm in this right-hand turn. We're all both heading to the same store. The store was a U-turn, but you actually go right at the road and go in from the back. So these two cars in front, of course, the car in front of it, lights go green, straight away it does an illegal U-turn. So the car in front of me almost slams on the brake and also does an illegal U-turn. So I've gone, oh, stuff this when it's happened. I've hit the horn. Now I don't normally do this, but I saw that lady go into the same store I went to, JB Hi-Fi. So I actually went up to her and said, "Excuse me, ma'am, I thought I'd just educate you. The reason why I was the car behind you that horned you, because you did an illegal U-turn. You're not allowed to do a U-turn at a set of traffic lights unless it has a clear sign saying you are allowed to." She said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Just the car in front of me did it, so I just did the same thing." And I just said to her, "Yeah. So if the car in front of you decides to crash into a pole, does that mean you're going to go and crash into a pole as well because the car in front crashed into a pole?" I said, "Maybe you need to learn learn the road rules a bit better." And it's learned. So I'm just being nice. I didn't have a go at her. I was just being nice to let you know that what you did is actually illegal. You can be fined $500 and 3 points off your license for doing what you did. So I said, "Oh, okay, thank you so much for letting me know. I'll make sure I do that." She sounded genuine. Because I didn't have a go at it. I was actually quite nice about it. But I thought, no. Normally I won't say anything, but I thought this time I wanted to educate her to what the rule is and let her know, so hopefully she doesn't do that again. And from her action, I don't think she will. But again, I don't normally like confrontation, so I don't normally even do that, but something just made me have to say something this time. But actually it did feel like she actually listened to me. I'm almost done here. I know there's a couple other tasks, but I'm not sure if I really want to do them at the moment. There's that really big one that's a whole lot of shit everywhere. And the logs. I'm kind of thinking I might go to the next one now, after this. Pack up all my gear and go to the next one. Yeah, I won't go that longer way that way. I'm just going to cut through this way. A little while back, left forward again. A little while back, forward again. Okay. Easy peasy. Well, I don't really do the horn thing, because my guys that worked in the fence, they say the working conditions in the snow is just way too cold. See, that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to start... We're going to recover. I'm going to go to the next map. I'm going to go to the next map. We're going to the next map. We're going to the next map. Hi ho, the merry-o. We're going to the next map. Whoops, I wanted to go to that one. There's probably a couple other things I can do here, but I'm not over the snow. I need a break from the snow, man. No problem is when you're recovering. Especially when you're in an area that hasn't got a garage, you have to go load up. Go there again. Oh, I need my bandit. Oh, I need the 750. Thank God the loading times with the PS5 version so much quick. On the PC, this took forever. You're transparent. Wow, I didn't know you see yourself as a transparent. Get it? Transparent? I think that's what you meant too. Didn't you? You're transparent. Now, there's only one reason why I even bother to get the Hummer back. This thing is probably the most useless vehicle in the whole of this thing. So look at it. You can do a rise suspension if you want to. Tires. Even when you put the big tires on this thing, it's just horrible off-road. It rolls. It's not worth wasting a cent on that. But we might take it to steal it, to sell it, should I say? Okay. Off to the drowned lands. Oh, I think I left the truck behind. Oh no, there it is. There he is. There's the beast. Now I've done a lot of the things here already because we had to do that to unlock the area. Lost the light trailer. I can't remember that task. I remember easy to get to with this tank. Oh, this is the easy enough task. Seems to be retrieval. And this is the ultimate retrieval vehicle. So this will be familiar for you now too, Phil. Did I, mate? Oh, I must have missed that pole by inches. By a dance. Dangly balls. Hairy. Here, I missed that pole bar. Look, I'm too busy looking at the time. I've got 9 minutes left to stream. Come on. Hope I've got enough time to do this task. Oh, it's good not having snow. I prefer the muddy areas. Yeah, let's do the shortcut. Remember, there's a truck here. I haven't got the task for this one either yet. Not going to do this task yet. I'm going to do that other one first. You can't park there, sir. It's not good for the environment. How that truck got there in the first place, I don't know. Actually, I take my back. The Hummer's the second most useless vehicle in this game. The most useless vehicle is this van. I forgot about this van. That's what I love. That's why this truck's so good at retrievals, because they just pull that thing out of that mud like there's no use. And what tree? Let's just drive over the top of the tree. It's the Scout on steroids. Okay, let's just drag this thing back. Is it over to there? Okay. I hate it when I accidentally set a bloody marker. I don't bother with the waypoint crap. Oh, look at the poor little van. Seriously, why the hell would anyone even try and drive that in this region? I don't really care, it can be dragged along, it can roll. I don't know why they even try and call that a bridge, because it's basically useless, that bridge. Poor van just gets dragged along. Smash into it, I don't care. Did you like the photo I put on Discord? Oh, by the way, I added the bluey to you on the Discord. The bluey. Not bad, huh? Just the way the sunset it came out was quite cool. Literally just loaded into the game to play it again, and it was like that, and I was like, oh man, I had to take a screen grab of that. I see something in the mist there. Oh, something. Oh, that's right. I just dumped the trailer there. I forgot about that. Because, yeah, I had to do a certain amount of tasks to unlock the map so I could then go and get this truck. Hope you didn't have any valuables in that van. Just gonna go back to the garage for now. I mean, what? By the way, what do you mean was a nice pick? Is a nice pick. As the sun goes down, as does the stream. You should head to bed, Phil. It's getting late. It's past your beddy time. I don't know why I did that. Let's leave it in there. What button's ST? Oh, there we are. Anyway, Phil, thanks for coming along, buddy. Go and get some sleep. Have a good night's sleep, and we'll catch up with you in the morning, huh? I'll be doing some Gran Turismo lobbying tonight, so hopefully we'll at least see you in the stream. Catch you later, mate. Catch you later. Stay safe, guys.